You can get anything out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figured. I was looking at canisters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost got them. I'll come back. I was going back.
I passed by it once.
Me too.
Okay, second time, I mean.
I love them. I got enough canisters at the moment, but I like them.
You should have gone. Stop.
Welcome back to South Georgia Home. I went to 2 estate sales this morning, put on by the same company, but they were in different cities. Now this was the second day of these estate sales. They started yesterday. One was at 8 o'clock in the morning, one started at 5:30 last night. Usually on that first day they go for a couple of hours and then full on the next 2 days. Same company, different people operating, obviously, both sides. So they interpret prices or cutting you deals differently. The first part of this sale, the first items that I picked up at this first sale, some tractors and all, but in the house, I found this. I think it was one of the first things I picked up. It's marked $15, but that's not what they charged me. I don't know if I can get it in close enough for you to see. It's a tool, a wooden tool carrier. I like these, but I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one. It's in good shape. It's just dirty. Needs to be cleaned. The next thing I think I got was this book, and I do a lot of canning. We grow our own garden, so I do a lot of canning. And whenever I see old canning books, I just kind of pick them up. It's Better Homes and Gardens Home Canning, and it still has its original sticker, $1.95. I forgot what the copyright is. I want to say this was younger or older than me. 1973, copyright 1973. But I just think these are neat, just to look back at old pictures of canning or see old recipes from canning. This was kind of the day of the books for me. I bought a lot more books today from both sales than, well, yeah, I got some from both sales. I got a lot more books than I normally get. These two are for my niece, my nephew's little girl, my great niece, Ellie. She's a little too young. She's 2. She's a little too young to read these, but mom and dad can read them. This one, I think both of them were 1964. This was 1964. Copyright Miss Susie. I really like the illustrations in this one. Like that. This one is The Mitten. I believe it's a 1964 as well. But those are for Ellie. Let's see, what else did I pick up? What was next? I got these upstairs in a bedroom. I thought they were little blank note cards at first, but they're not. They are little Bible stories, as you can see inside. They're all different. You can see how thin they are. I've got, let's see here, there's 6 of them. They're all different on the cover. But when we sell, or when something sells through eBay and we're packaging it up, I always try to put a little insert, a little gift inside of it, and I think that's what I bought these for. Now, if you buy something from me and you get one, I'm not trying to push religion on anyone. I don't know if you're Jewish or if you're Catholic or you're Protestant or atheist. I don't know. I'm including it as just a small gift. You do with it what you want. So those I got for that. This, I have seen these. I actually went to an auction where they had the male and the female version. I think this is called Grace, of the old guy praying over his bread and soup. They have one of a woman doing the same thing. At that auction, they went for a lot of money, so out of my price range. But I did get this one today. It's got the hanger on it. I don't typically like the wooden look with the paper mache look on top of it. Not my thing, but I did like the subject matter. And I think it'll go somewhere in the house really well. Now, shocker of shockers. I know, I'm disappointed in myself too. They didn't have a lot of linens in this house at all. They had one box that was thoroughly picked through. But this was either on top of the box or on top of a table there next to it. So I just grabbed it up. It's a tan, really soft thread. And I fooled myself into saying that, you know, I don't have one like that. I'm pretty sure I have one that's close or that can do the same job. I mean, it's a doily, you know. But, I don't know. It came home. I found this out in the shed. I picked it up. I haven't cleaned this yet. It is filthy dirty. It's a butter dish. And I can't remember the name of the pattern. I sold one of these before. It's a Federal glass. Let me see. Yeah. There is the Federal stamp on it. There's no chips or cracks. So when that gets cleaned and I get some pictures taken, that'll be going on eBay. I know I keep saying I'm gonna put stuff on eBay. I've got pictures of all the other stuff that I'm gonna list. I just haven't gotten around to downloading them and writing them up. This was in the shed too. I thought when I saw it, it said it's gonna be full of nails or screws, but it's a tin. It's an old-fashioned tin. Let me see if I can find it. It's got the Charms logo on it for candy, hard candy. You know, back in the day when they would put all that hard candy out around Christmas time. Now, I don't know that this is a Christmas tin. I don't see a Christmas tree or a Christmas wreath or anything red on it anywhere. But you can see this coach, stagecoach, and they're in the snow and then the chalet look. But again, you don't see, I mean, just pine trees out there, but no Christmas trees. It does say Charms Company. It does come open. After a little bit of coercion, it comes open. There's the lid. So I don't know if I want to keep that or put it up for sale. That's one of those things. I'll figure it out as time goes on, I guess. Okay, I think that was it for the house. Out in the shed, I picked all this up, and this estate sale was kind of rough on me. This shed had an upstairs to it. It was unfinished. It wasn't for anybody to live in. It was just storage. But you go up these little rickety set of stairs, and you go up, and then you turn and go up, and they had no rails on the second part. So you get up there to the top, it's a flat floor, and there's a hole where the stairs go down. I get nervous around that kind of stuff. It was a digger's paradise up there. Everything was in boxes. A lot of that stuff, even the estate sale people had not drug down. But the few things that I did find that I brought down with me, I didn't know these were Nancy Drews at first. I didn't see, you can see here on the spine, it says Nancy Drew Mystery. What does it say? Nancy Drew Mystery Story. And they all have different copyrights. Some of them are 1940s. I think I have one that says 57. This is The Ghost of the Blackwood Hall. The Mystery at the Moss-Covered Mansion. And this one is The Haunted Showboat. And I like these just for the aesthetic look of them, to put them on a bookshelf or something somewhere. They look old, but they're still in good enough condition. You can make out what they are. That was upstairs. These, I like going to these old shops sometimes because you find utilitarian stuff, stuff that you can use in your house that it's for cheap. Really, what you're paying for it here is pennies on the dollar compared to what going to Walmart or Home Depot or Lowe's or somewhere. Sirens. Anyway, they had 4 of these up there. I grabbed 2. These are just the hanging, if you want to hang a basket. You can hang anything on those things. Yeah, I bought these 2. I don't have anywhere in mind right now, but I know someday I probably will. And as cheap as I got everything, why not pick them up? This was, I think, the first thing I picked up there. This is metal. I thought it was plastic when I saw it, but it's metal. And it's pretty flowers. I think this would be pretty in the springtime to put up behind something like a backdrop. It's in good condition. It does have its dings and scrapes, but all in all, it's in good condition. So I got this and the 2 hangers and the 3 Nancy Drews upstairs. And when you start to go back down, of course, like I said, the stairs went up. It was just a flat floor, and you got that hole where the stairs going down, no rails, you know. And I was teetering there on that top step. I even let the guy who's going down ahead of me go on and get all the way out of the way because I didn't want to be some big bowling ball and just, you know, take him out on my way down. So I was very careful to try to get down. So anyway, I brought that out, and I think I paid $15 for all that I just showed you. So I go to put it in the car because I keep hearing about the shed out back, and you got to walk up a trail to get to the shed. I keep hearing about this trail or this shed. So I go to put all this in the car before I go to the shed because I've already paid for it, didn't want to sit it down. And I reached in my front pocket and I couldn't find my keys. When I go to estate sales, I take a bag with me, a mesh bag, it's a huge mesh bag. And I always put my wallet and my cell phone in it. And I always, when I'm out shopping and stuff like that, I always keep my key fob in my front pants pocket. That way it's not in my purse. I don't accidentally lock my purse in the car with that. I don't leave them in the car locked up. I always keep them in my front pocket. So I go to put this up, I reach in my front pocket, no fob. We're out here in the woods. I don't know where my husband was at that point. I knew he was a few hours, probably a couple of hours away from getting to me. And then what would we do for, you know, a key, because the other key fob was here at the house. It was just a mess. I don't like getting somewhere where I'm stuck. So I was about to panic. Couldn't find my key. So I go to put my cell phone in my back pocket because I didn't have my bag. I was putting it in my back pocket to try to free up a hand, and it clicked on something. And there was my key fob in my back pocket. Why? I don't know. It was the first time. That is the first time I've ever put it in my back pocket. Hopefully it'll be the last. But between going up and down those stairs and that shed and that, I was almost done for the day. But I went out to the other shed. The girl said there was Christmas, scrap wood, books. There was a lot of books. There was a lot of scrap wood. Not a lot of Christmas. If I had a truck, I would have cleaned up on some scrap wood today. But I didn't. So I did look around through some of the books. They had boxes of books. They had shelves with books on it. And you remember the Nancy Drew books I just showed you? Well, there was another one. The Clue and the Crumbling Wall. So there's 4 of those. And then I didn't want to just get one book, so I kept looking, and I found this is a Mary Higgins Clark book, The Cradle Will Fall. I got this for my grandmother-in-law. She likes to read a lot. The jacket on it is pretty rough, as you can see. But that can be taken off and thrown away. So I got those 2, and then I went back out, back through the shed again before I got in the car. And this guy liked Pittsburgh Paints. I don't know if he worked for them, if he was a distributor. He had a lot of Pittsburgh Paint t-shirts in his closet. He had a neon sign. He had a lot of paintbrushes. If you like decorating with old paintbrushes, you would have been in heaven. There was a few that I actually picked out and was contemplating buying, but I put them back. I said, I don't know where I'll put them right now, which a lot of this I don't know where I'll put. But I just put them back. But we want to paint the house at some point. I do want to get to painting in the inside. Want to paint a different color than the champagne gold. So these were in a box, and I thought they'll come in handy. Wall floor. These are unused rollers. So that 2 books and these 2 were $2. So you might as well say these were 50 cents a piece. So you can't go into Walmart or Home Depot or anywhere and buy these for 50 cents a piece. So that's why it's a good deal to go in the sheds and shops and kind of dig around and look, because you might find something. I go in there looking for, you know, screws and nails and clamps and any little thing that I might need in here. And I've been trained by my husband, if it says Craftsman, either consult him about it or go ahead and buy it. So that was $15 for the first lot, and then $2 for that, $17 there. Went around to the other sale. Like I said, it was in a kind of a shishi neighborhood. It was a very nice house. Had people walking everywhere. First thing I picked up was this little lampshade. It does have the where you put the bulb over that. I like it. I've got a couple of lamps I'm going to try it out on. I have a small one on that cabinet, and I have a small one by my side of the bed. So we're going to try with that. But I couldn't leave this. It was marked at $8, and I think she charged me $8 for it. But I like the look of it. It's draft horses, and they've been used to pull out logs out of the wood being cut down. It's an old frame, as you can see, old wooden frame. And this is, I guess, how they framed stuff back in the day, just nail it in there, these little nails. But I like that, $8. And again, life could not be complete without, this isn't a doily. Now the girl, when I checked out, she said, I'm gonna call it a doily, a small doily, and that makes it $2. I didn't know that it had a tag on it till we got home. And there's Martha Stewart. But this is, it's a small, I'm guessing a small tablecloth or a very big doily, one of the two. I find, I don't know why, I've kind of accidentally gotten into a collection of small tablecloths. But that was in there. So the picture was 8, this was 2. Outside in the shed, no, excuse me. They had a bookcase, it was full of books. I looked at a couple of them. I don't know why I picked this one up. I do have one Zane Grey book. And this one probably had a jacket in its lifetime over it. If it didn't, it's a very plain book. The Last Trail by Zane Grey. This is got a copyright on it of, says original copyright 1909, reprinted November of 1944. So, The Last Trail by Zane Grey. That was picked up. Then in the shed, the rest of this came from the shed. And it's funny to say that I would decorate with these at Christmas, but I think a big ball of twine and these would be really pretty. They're the old metal scissors. I have a pair that has brown paint on the handle in the bathroom right now. They work fine. Those were out in the shed on a shelf. Surprised they were still there. This kind of caught my eye. Now, I don't do a lot of black and white pictures in my house. I know people like those. I know it's a big deal to some people. They go into antique stores, and I like looking at them just like everyone else. I just don't want to have a lot of pictures in my house of people that I don't know. Black and white pictures of people that aren't related to me, and I don't know them. The ones that I do have are my mother's family or my husband's side of the family. I've got some black and white pictures from both sides, but I know them. If you walked in right now, I could tell you who they are. This, however, I kind of get away with buying this, calling it a postcard. But it's of 2 kids. It's black and white, old picture. And I guess back in the day, they turned these kind of pictures into postcards. So that's a postcard. So just something to stick somewhere. But it drew my attention to what I really am happy that I picked up. I like a lot of stuff around World War II era stuff. I love that kind of thing. And this is an honorable discharge from the Army of the United States for, I'm guessing, someone who lived here or related to someone who lived there. But he was discharged April 19th of 1943. So you can see all that. And this was, I'm guessing, folded up and kept in someone's wallet. As you can see, the holes where the creases have been all these years. You can see all the stuff on the back. There's just fingerprints. They had this there, and they even had life insurance policies there. I think it was a copy of a death certificate for somebody. Weird to me that you had that just laying out on a shelf in an estate sale. That is, I'm guessing, the original copy. This is a certified, what is it called? Certified copy of discharge. It's notarized. There's a notary stamp right in here. This is a copy from the original discharge, of which this is a certified copy, was recorded this 30th day of May 1945. So this is a certified copy, a 1945 certified copy of the honorable discharge of the same guy from the 1943 copy. So I just thought those were cool. I thought about framing this, putting it in in an 8x10, putting it on the wall. But again, people will walk in and say, oh, do you know this person? No, not really. So then what would you do? But anyway, those things at that sale was $14 and they charged tax. It was $14.17 at that sale. And that was it for the day. It's a good end to a tough week. I had to go Wednesday for my yearly exam, set up all the other stuff that goes with that, and blood draw and all the other stuff. And then I had to go have my teeth cleaned Thursday morning, and then we left there and went to a funeral. A lady that used to work with me years ago. She's been retired for some years. She passed away. She had had Alzheimer's, and in the last few years, it ravaged her. So, hadn't seen her in a while, and a lot of people there had not seen her in a while. She's been in a home, and but a lot of people showed up out of respect for this person, and so that was tough. I won't say tough. It's sad that she's gone, but I think we're all at peace with the knowledge that she's with the Lord and with all the family members that have gone before her. So anyway, this was a good end to a tough week. 2 pretty good estate sales. So thank you for joining us here at South Georgia Home, and we hope to see you back.